chunganita de estrellas. Bienvenida sea mi buena hermana Gabriela Galvan a este encuentro de alma. Welcome, my beloved sister Gabriella Galvan, to this rendezvous with soul, a conversation between this friendly holographic projection by the name of Don Oscar and my sister in the light, Gabriella Galvan, the sanctioned teacher of the Pachacuti Mesa tradition of cross-cultural shamanism. Thanks for showing up, sister.
Thank you, Don Oscar, for having me.
So to illumine and beautify your presence on this planet as a catalyst of shamanic awakening, I have a couple of questions for you related to your service as a Pachacuti Mesa sanctioned teacher. My first question is, what initially drew you to the practice of Pachacuti Mesa tradition shamanic arts?
Well, this story, I will take you back in time and then back some more in time and then back to the present. So about 8 years ago, I received a book, the Pachacuti Mesa tradition book, written by Mateo McGee. And at the time, I was going through a shamanic apprenticeship, a 5-year shamanic apprenticeship, and I was in the middle of that apprenticeship. And so as I was leaping through the book, it really resonated with me. I really felt that in my solar plexus, you know, and it really drew me in. So I looked up more about the Pachacuti Mesa tradition and you, and I knew that this was meant for me, but it just was not the time yet. And so I trusted that. And so I put the book away and said, oh, I'm coming back to this later, for sure, coming back to this later. And so taking back all the way to when I was a very young child, it was very easy for me to, I was always very open. I was always very open to the world. So part of that was you coming to me in my vista. So I would have visions of you and you working your mesa. Of course, at the time, I had no idea what that was. I thought it was just my imagination, which was very refined. Anyway, you know, as children, we were very connected to our imaginations. And so throughout my years of life, I've gone through very many, to say mildly, challenges, great challenges in my life. And when it was the really bottom of different times in my life, when I didn't think, well, I really didn't want to be here anymore. I wanted to go home. It was just so hard. A vision of you would come to me. And so this happened throughout my life. I didn't understand what it was. And then, so when I saw when I looked you up, I knew that this was my home. This is where I was meant to be. This is where my destiny was taking me. And even so, at that time, when I did do some research, I saw myself as a teacher at some point in time. So putting the book away, I continued my 5-year apprenticeship. And then I think it was soon after it came to me, you know, this is time. You need to find out, what do you need to do? And at that moment, that night, a friend of mine messaged me, and she said she was studying with you. She said, Don Oscar Miro-Quesada is having a retreat in Ions. And I said, oh my God, well, I need to be there. So I reached out to Amy Mermaid, and so that's how I showed up. A little bit late at that time, if you recall.
The timing was perfect.
Absolutely.
Timing of how the universe or our multiverse conspired to get you to become a carrier of this lineage is impeccable in its timing as well. Starting with the book, continuing your own apprenticeship, receiving this call from your friend, it's all being orchestrated by our essential self that is already a luminous, shining one in the future, tapping in back into our presence and urging us to walk with beauty and resolution on this planet. So thanks for paying attention since you were an infant to the wonderful, multiple, soul-animated realm of our shamanic reality. I love you for that. My second question, my love, is now that you are an officially sanctioned teacher of the Pachacuti Mesa tradition, in what most significant manner has your life changed, transformed, or evolved?
I would say nothing really has changed or transformed at this time, but I would say it's been more of an expansion, more in alignment with what I came to do at the soul level, because everything to me is already predetermined. There's a compacto going on before I come here to the earth to do the work that I came to do. And part of that, a major part of that, is being a lineage sanctioned teacher right now. And so I would say that it's really been a joy to assist and support the students while they're going through their powerful transformations and revelations and soul evolution and human evolution. That's really been wonderful. But so far, nothing major Pachacuti has happened. Not to say that nothing will come up, because you know how that goes. I would say, yes, more expansiveness, more in alignment, more in balance with who I am, the capital I, capital A, capital M.
Wonderfully stated, succinct and powerful. It is truly encouraging to hear that you already were expanded when you walked into this role as a sanctioned teacher. Yet it is through your students and their changes, their own Pachacuti, their own reversals and transformations, that you get to witness your own growth. And that is the sign of a very keen and astute assessor of what the apprentice needs. And that's why your teaching service is so welcomed in the circles that it is. So I thank you very, very much for that. You are constantly expanding, growing, transforming, and evolving. It's your middle name. Are there any last words that you have for our listening audience, or viewing audience that are said?
I do. I have a poem that I would like to read that embodies to me my own life, and something that I really share with my students while I'm teaching the Pachacuti Mesa tradition, when other wisdom teachings are coming through me, which is humanity has so much potential. And having a mesa really is a partnership. It's a relationship, not only with our mesas, but everything around us. Everything is a partnership and a relationship. So in order to make it the best relationship, it takes devotion and commitment and hard work and trust. And so this poem really embodies to me what that means. And I would like to read that. Light will someday split you open, even if your life is now a cage. Little by little, you will turn into stars. Little by little, you will turn into the whole sweet, amorous universe. Love will surely burst you wide open into an unfettered, booming new galaxy. You will become so free in a wonderful, secret, and pure love that flows from a conscious, one-pointed, infinite light. Even then, my dear, the beloved will have fulfilled just a fraction of a promise he wrote upon your heart. For a divine seed, the crown of destiny is hidden and sown on an ancient, fertile plain. You hold the title to. Oh, look again within yourself, for I know you were once the elegant host to all the marvels in creation. When your soul begins to ever bloom and laugh and spin in eternal ecstasy, oh, little by little, you will turn into God. That's written by Harpis.
Hi! And with that, until next time, my beloved.